guys, it's Leah. Welcome back to my library. Today I present to you my July TBR. I've got some really exciting books coming up for the month of July, so grab a lovely warm drink and let's get into it. So first up, I want to continue with two books in series I've already started, and I will read these on my Kindle. I am going to read Naked Empire by Terry Goodkind. This is the next book I'm up to in the Sort of Truth series. I'm very excited for this one. I did just read Pillars of Creation by Terry Goodkind, which I actually enjoyed quite a bit. But I am excited to get into Naked Empire because Pillars of Creation, our main characters, Richard and Kaelin, weren't really in until the very end. So I am excited to get back into the series and be with the two main characters because they are my favorite of all favorites. So very, very excited for this. I also want to read book 2 in the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. This is Children of Fallen Gods by Carissa Broadbent. I am just about to finish the first book now, and I am absolutely loving it. Carissa is unmatched. She is one of my favorite authors of all time at this point, so I'm very, very excited to read this. And even though I haven't finished the first one quite yet, I have about 100 pages to go. I can't wait to see what is next for Tasana and Max. Totally recommend picking up that trilogy, by the way. I definitely, now that I'm home, want to pump through some books that are on my physical TBR. I am about to go on holiday, so I'm going to be away for 2 weeks visiting my family. So I do need some Kindle reads because of that. But as soon as I get home, I want to pick up a few of the books that have been waiting on my shelves for me. So it is winter here in the Southern Hemisphere. I did want to pick up a contemporary romance book, but a lot of the ones on my shelves I feel like are quite summery, and I feel like lots of contemporary romance books are quite summer reads. But I thought if any of them are more appropriate for the colder months, it is Under Lock and Key by Lana Ferguson. I am actually very excited to read this book. I don't often have anticipated contemporary romance releases because it's just not one of my all-time favorite genres, but this actually was an anticipated release for me. I feel like because it's set in Scotland, it is a little bit more on the wintry side. Look at those edges, by the way. This is the Afterlight special edition. Yeah, I'm very curious to see how this goes, even though Nessie is a man in this book. Nessie is a girl. Just so we're all clear. This next book is one from my 2025 TBR, and it is The Temptation of Magic by Megan Scott. Very excited for this. I haven't seen all that many people read it, but the people I have seen read and review this absolutely adore it. I'm very excited for this. I think it's going to be right up my alley. This is the LitJoy special edition. It has the most beautiful naked hardback. I love it. This is a fantasy romance. I believe it is like a reluctant allies to lovers book. Bit of forbidden romance also, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this is going to be really awesome, and I'm very excited to finally pick this up because it's been on my mind for a while. Another continuation for me, I'm finally going to bite the bullet and read Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I am sort of like mixed on H.D. Carlton books. Some of them I really enjoy. I didn't really like Haunting Adeline. I gave it maybe like a 3 or a 3.5 stars. It was fine. To me, it didn't live up to some of her other books that I really enjoy, like Satan's Affair, like Shallow River, and I didn't think it was even as good as Does It Hurt. And I also feel like maybe because I have read all those other H.D. Carlton books, I didn't find Haunting Adeline as compelling. Maybe if that had been my first H.D. Carlton book, I might have enjoyed it more, but I think that one's like a little bit weak for her writing. I've heard this one is way darker, very intense. I know lots of people have to take breaks from it, and it's very full on from everything I've heard. So I've been a little bit reluctant to pick it up, but this month I'm going to give it a go. If I DNF it, I DNF it. Normally things being super dark doesn't bother me too much, but I know how graphic H.D. Carlton can get with it. She doesn't really have boundaries. So I am very curious to see how I will go with this one, and I'll definitely let you guys know what I think. The next one is also a dark romance. Normally I go for like one a month, but I do really want to start this series because I have all the books on my shelf. This is Mine by A.K. Rose. Beautiful edition that I got from her website. It's absolutely beautiful. This is a taboo dark romance. I'm very curious about this. I feel like it's going to be quite an easy read, but hopefully enjoyable. I mean, I have all 9 books in the 3 trilogies of the Blood Ties series, so yeah, I need to start picking these up and reading them, and I'm very curious to see how it goes. Another fantasy, perhaps more paranormal pick, we have The Bell Witches by Lindsay Kelk. This is the Locked Library edition. I received this quite a while ago, and finally time for me to pick it up. I believe this might be a YA. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's more on the YA, potentially only up to really new adult level. But this edition is absolutely stunning. I have heard good things about this book, so I'm very curious to pick it up and see how it goes. I think it would just be nice to have a bit more of a, what I think might be a lighter fantasy, more sort of paranormal read, because I am quite deep in a lot of heavy high fantasy worlds right now, and I have the impression that this might be a little on the lighter and more easy to understand side. So I'm anticipating this will be like a nice 4-star read. At least I hope it is. Finally, if I get the chance to do so, I want to round out the War of Lost Hearts trilogy by reading the 3rd book, Mother of Death and Dawn. Again, this is Carissa Broadbent. This is the same, from the same series I mentioned earlier in the video. I think I'll be able to get to the 3rd book this month. I do tend to space out my reads in the series quite a bit, but because this is only a trilogy, so it's a bit more easy to get through, it's a little bit less of a time commitment, and because I am enjoying the 1st book so much, I do want to see if I can read the entire trilogy in the month of July. So yeah, that is my TBR for the month of July. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment below letting me know what you are reading this month, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you soon. Bye.